Lord Sugar, why do you think it's important, looking at today's GDP figures, of course, that Britain gets moving again? Good morning.
Good morning to you, Nick. Look, I just think that, I'm going to form another analogy for you, which is another way of looking at things. We are going through can only be described as an unprecedented disaster. There's no question of that has caught everybody on the hop. But let's compare this to, say, earthquakes that completely have demolished places like Los Angeles, tsunamis that have completely demolished towns and people in Thailand, to earthquakes that have shattered towns and villages in Japan, to hurricanes that have taken out whole villages and houses and people like that in
the Far East.
America. Yeah, in America. People are resilient. They come back. They get back. They recover. They get over it. Now, the difference between this here is that those hurricanes and those earthquakes that I spoke about, we as people cannot influence them happening or not. What we can do is influence this pandemic going away, and that is by listening to the advisors, to the government, doing the right things. And if you do the right things, which is what myself, my wife, my family, and my employees have done all throughout this, thankfully, we have been insulated from it. And we need to get back to work. We need to go and put a suit on, put a dress on, put your makeup on, do your hair, get back into work. Because when you're in work, you feel better, you're talking to some of your colleagues, things go on during the course of a day. You don't realise how many questions and answers that you actually answer during the course of a day when you're in the office. You know, young people who are learning their trade, they've got to be there to learn from the elders.
And while I don't know if you haven't, but would you be happy for your grandchildren to go back to school, Lord Sugar?
Yeah, they are. They're all back at school. They're all back at school. And my other grandchildren are back at work. They're not sitting at home.
And you mentioned the need for that, but it's fair to say there have been mixed messages from the government. Initially, you should go to work, then you shouldn't go to work, then you should now go back to work, you should stay at home, no, it's all right. How would you characterise Boris Johnson's handling of this, Lord Sugar?
I think let's form another analogy, shall we? Imagine a 500-gallon drum of water that's rusting and it's got a hole in the side of it. And as you patch up one hole, another one appears and water pours out of there. And as you patch that one up, another hole appears and water pours out of there. The government have got an untenable task. You know, with all the greatest respect to you and to other journalists, stop having a go at them. Stop trying to find loopholes in what they're doing is wrong.
But even if they but this week, Lord Sugar, would you sign a treaty, or in your world, a business agreement that you were happy with in October, and then turn around a few months later, as they have done with the withdrawal bill for the Brexit?
You're talking about Brexit now, right? Now, Brexit is out of my brain at the moment, and it should be out of yours, and it should be out of everybody's. We've got to sort this coronavirus thing. Let that Brexit go and sort itself out. I don't give a damn about it at the moment.
All right, I've got two more questions. Tell me about this new business you've launched. What is it, the Artisan Dough Bakehouse?
Yeah, well, it's not a new one. It's the winner of The Apprentice last year.
But you're opening more stores, is that right?
Yeah, I mean, do you know anybody else that's opened a shop in the high street in these times?
No.
Well, there you are. That's
what's unique about the offering then? Why? What is it?
Well, she makes special bread, not ordinary bread. It's not like sliced wonder loaf or mother's pride. This is special stuff that people come in and they love it. They go there for breakfast, or they go and get their breakfast, and they go and get their cakes and some treats. And she's done tremendously well through the COVID crisis because of some of the treats that are there. You know, we all liked a little bit of a treat during terrible times.
Indeed. I've got one final question, reminding you, of course, that you're live on the radio. You mentioned journalists who moan a lot. Lord Sugar, you're in the middle of the Atlantic in a two-man dinghy and two people are drowning in front of you. One's Donald Trump and one's Piers Morgan. Who are you going to rescue?
I'll definitely rescue Piers.
What? Why not Trump? What's your view of him?
As you said, we're live on TV. No expletives this time of the morning, young man.
All right, we'll save Piers Morgan. I thought it was going to go the other way. I'd have lost my bet. Good luck with that new business you're launching. Lord Sugar appearing here with that drive to get people back to their place of work.